They say that the world is corrupted from our hearts to the way our gods love us, as if they know that they're already dying and they're determined to drag us down with them. And just like that flagpole in winter demanding our affection, we've stuck our tongues to their ancient religions, leaving us dumbstruck and blinded by the icons of the icons that keep us from seizing the truth. But what that truth is, I don't know. I have no answers to definitively give. I have enough trouble figuring out which day is garbage day after a statutory holiday. The rules of this world make little sense to me. Each day seems to give us more reasons to not care, to remain in our caves, feral, angry, and abandoned in a kingdom we feel lost in and abused by. But here's the thing about a king. At its worst, at its best, royalty is novelty. At its worst, it's oppressive. And our love has got to be more impressive than that. So brothers and sisters and the magnificent gender-bending binary twisters, let's be moved by the ooh and wowed by the awe. Let's bathe in the wonder of the blunder that created us, the cosmic giggle that leaves us laughing and asking, what are we doing here? Who's driving this bus? I don't know. And neither do they who say that they do. So, sorry, what's a sacrilegious trickster to do? Well, why not try on a new shoe and see if it fits? So I float out this feather and I posit this pickle. My friends, let's not get it together. You and I, me and we, let's build a sacred union of confusion, a family of the flummoxed and flabbergast, a perpetual party of them puzzled and perplexed, baffling a grand and boisterous baffle-gab poets, wide-eyed, slack-jawed and drooling, slapping our foreheads with vigor and distinction. Let's not get it together. This is your permission slip to be human, not horrible. The pressure's off. We don't understand. We'll never figure it out. You are good enough for the gods we've created, denying our perfections, grasping at flaws to prove the world right that we're wrong. So come on, let's go skinny dipping in the river of creation. Inquisitive salmon, asking a lot of embarrassing questions. I surrender myself in awe and devotion. Let's see what happens when the wheels come off. Let's not get it together. Thank you. This next one. This one didn't seem as obvious to me to involve my father, but there's a big section in the chunk of it that is. And so it just includes him. He gets mentioned whether I want him to or not. This is called 10,000 Tiny Lighters. And it doesn't mention Rush, but it mentions another band that I like quite well. 10,000 Tiny Lighters. If you ever see me with my arms outstretched, please don't consider the cross. Crucifixion is so day after Christmas, a recycled Egyptian. It's your favorite love songs with the bulk tape erased. Instead, imagine me a falling tree in the forest everyone gets to hear, a tiny miracle, a missing link. Imagine me an East Van welcome sign or a baboon howling at the dawn. Or if you must pretend, let me become a monument of wood and light carved by teeth made from darkness. At the base of the structure is my ass in the mud, farting bubbles that look just like me. Gassy Weslowski is what you can call me. And inside each little bubble is music. Black Sabbath thunder, the chaos of the replacements, the sugar of disco and Sun House's blues. The list is as endless as my flatulation. Sitting on my shoulders are Gumby and Pokey, a green claymation human, and his talkative orange sidekick pony. Because if you've got a heart, then Gumby's a part of you. And right above them is where the carving becomes knotted, where my father lives, trying to love me in his own twisted way, his chainsaw mouth constantly cutting me down and slicing me up with its rage. Most of the time, this spot feels like it's rotting, as if it's about to topple over. But the place on top of him is where the beavers live, and they never stop chewing at my insides. They say I'm a work in progress, their masterpiece in evolution. They say they're stripping away the false idol, gnawing on the shape of my invisible face, and all of that seems really cool and awesome and makes me feel better, even if I never quite understand it. I'm not some Zen beaver master. But it doesn't really matter because the gnawing is happening anyway to all of us, no matter how much we want to stay covered in moss or keep our faces painted with our enemy's dung. It doesn't matter how much we deny it because we keep stretching towards the sun. It's impossible to stop growing, to become the magnificent carving creation wants us to be, to shine like 10,000 tiny lighters at a Whitesnake concert. Because on the highest branch of this structure rests a bird, a Larry bird, a leisure suit Larry bird, who at sunset each day takes a last second jump shot that arcs like a beautiful story. Okay, this should be good. So 10,000 tiny, the book, My Soft Response to the Wars. There it is. There it is back there. Right Bloody North Press, rightbloodynorth.ca. If you're at all interested in ordering, that's where you can get it. If you live in Vancouver, I'm happy to deliver one to you in person rather than ordering it off the website and having to pay some shipping charges as well. But yeah, rightbloodynorth.ca. This poem, I've got two more for you. This is called Sparks. A microphone, naked on a stage. Think of it as a 21st century campfire, and all of us are sparks, waiting to be unhusked like incandescent haulers, moving faster than the speed of profound. So let's breathe hot breath upon these embers. Let's kill loneliness together, shine a light on one another, so we might recognize ourselves on the other side of this shimmering flume. Teach us of your arthritic rosary and your shattered kneecaps full of prayer. Sing us your dirty tantrum, your dance hall love song. Tell us the names of the places spoken in their mother tongues, the names of the places more than 10,000 years old, the names that wrestle English into submission and redraw the maps made by colonialism. Teach us the history of the people in the photos on your refrigerator door. That 50th birthday party right there, and all the friends who are in it, but who aren't around anymore. That MDMA experiment, your auntie's mud wrestling championship, and oh yeah, that one there too. Fable of the coughing dog and the story of the one-eyed bat that lives in your heart and protects the bug-eating children of your trailer park. Because I swear to whatever mask that you pray to, with each breath that is taken, with each word that is spoken, we push back against the assimilation machine. We push back against the prefab, bleached out, white bread, blue-eyed god of monoculture. We push back against the shroud. And yeah, I'm in it for me as much as I want it for you. Maybe even more so, because, I'm growing older. I might die soon. You never know. You really never know. And I have got a lot of regrets. But being here with you, being as human as possible, isn't one of them. If I could, I would have come to this national park of communion a hell of a lot sooner. I would have warmed my heart on your fire years before. I would have fought harder against the stapling of my tongue to the roof of my mouth by every demon that ever abused me. I would not have wandered in this world as a ghost for so long. But that's the past, and enough of that. Bring us your broken cowbell and your tattered flag of semaphore. This is a rescue mission. We need to free the frozen mermaid of your prairies. Find the secret word deep inside you. I'll be right here waiting for you to release your spark. Thanks. Sparks. That was Sparks. From the book, My Soft Response to the Wars. This is my last poem from the book for Father's Day. Yeah, it's for those who've been reading the book and and talking to me about it. This poem seems to have connected with folks, and so I'm going to share it with you. Soon I'll be as old as my father was when he died. We were talking the other day over dinner. Well, not really. I was only looking for a way inside this poem. You said you were adopted and more curious about your birth mother than your dad. And you felt guilty because your parents, the ones who raised you, were magnificent people, loving and generous. They took you in after all, showed you more love than you felt you ever deserved. But now you're more like a fish on a hook, attached to a bloodline that has begun reeling you in. I said I never knew my father either, and he was around all the time. I probably know him better now dead than when he was alive. Everybody loves everybody, but many don't know how to show it, or worse yet, receive it. Condition upon condition is laid out on a walk of shame until we become bank robbers and blackmailers attempting to steal what we refused when it was given. I like driving this highway at night, the one my father helped build. It's gotten busier over the years, families interloping on my solitude. But once in a while, if the hour is right, I'll be the only one traveling for miles. Otis Redding on the stereo's tinny little speakers, crying out in the night, try a little tenderness. Thank you very much. That is my time. I appreciate it being here. Thank you, Laura, for allowing me to share your time and share your Zoom call and your Zoom stage. I really appreciate it. Again, the book is My Soft Response to the Wars on Right Bloody North Press. Thank you.